Have you ever tried carrying all of life's problems on your own shoulders? It's kind of like carrying every grocery bag in one trip. You're determined. You're stubborn, and halfway up the driveway you realize your fingers are about to fall off. That's exactly what happens when we try to do life without leaning on the Lord. We weren't designed to carry everything by ourselves. God actually invites us to lean on Him, to rest in His strength, and to trust His wisdom instead of just relying on our own. Now, leaning on the Lord isn't about giving up responsibility or living in denial. It's not a spiritual version of throwing your hands up and saying, "Whatever happens, happens." No, leaning on the Lord means you trust Him enough to guide your steps. You rely on His word to direct your decisions. And you draw strength from Him when life feels heavy. Let's take a look at Deuteronomy 5:29. God says, "Oh, that their hearts would be inclined to fear me and keep all my commands always, so that it might go well with them and their children forever." Did you catch that? God's heart is for things to go well with us, not just for us, but for our children and their children. That's the kind of blessing that comes when we lean on Him. But let's be real, life has distractions. Work deadlines, relationship drama, financial stress, and yes, even the endless scroll on social media. All these things are constantly pulling at our attention. And if we're not careful, we end up leaning more on caffeine, Netflix, or our own brilliant ideas than we do on God. And let's be honest, our brilliant ideas usually lead to, well, a less than brilliant results. That's why Paul reminds us in Galatians 5 about the fruit of the Spirit: love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, and self-control. Notice how those are not things you can just manufacture by trying harder. You can't wake up and say, "Okay, today I'm going to force myself to be joyful." No, that doesn't work. These fruits come when we lean on God's Spirit, when we stay connected to Him, and when we let His presence shape us from the inside out. So how do we actually lean on the Lord in a practical way? First, we talk to Him. Prayer doesn't have to be fancy. You don't need a script. You can literally say, "God, I'm exhausted. I don't know what to do. Please help me." And guess what? He listens, He cares, and He answers in His perfect timing. Second, we lean on His word. The Bible isn't just a book of old stories. It's living, active, and sharper than a double-edged sword. It cuts through confusion, guides our choices, and reminds us of who God is and who we are in Him. Third, we lean on God's people. Sometimes God's strength comes through a friend who checks on you, a pastor who shares a timely message, or even a random conversation that feels like it was meant just for you. That's why community matters. And here's something encouraging: even when we fail, even when we try to carry everything ourselves and end up a mess, God is still there, ready to pick us up. Leaning on Him isn't about perfection. It's about direction. Are we turning toward Him, or are we trying to do it all alone? Maybe today you feel stretched thin. Maybe you're holding on emotionally by a thread. Maybe you're thinking, "I should have made wiser choices. I should have prayed more." Listen, it's not too late. God's mercy is new every morning. You can start fresh today. So here's the challenge this week. Every time you feel stressed or overwhelmed, pause and say these words out loud: "Lord, I'll lean on you." Just that simple. Watch how it changes the way you respond, how it shifts your focus, and how it reminds you that you are never alone. Because at the end of the day, God knows what's best. He wants you to walk in peace, in strength, and in freedom. And when you lean on Him, life doesn't just become lighter, it becomes fuller. If this encouraged you, don't forget to subscribe for more Bible-based encouragement. And before you go, check out this video on screen right now. It's all about finding real peace in God. I think it'll bless you.